There is so much to do in the Black Hills area of South Dakota. Let me show you the top sites. We came to the Black Hills because of Cave and Badlands National Parks and found so much more in the week that we spent there. Rapid City was our base as we explored Cave, Badlands, Minuteman, Jewel Cave, Custer State Park, Devil's Tower, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, and Spearfish. Cave National Park is one of the oldest national parks. It was established in 1903 and became the 7th national park, even before the National Park Service was established. The cave was discovered in 1881 by Jesse and Tom Bingham and was considered sacred by the American Indians. Jesse and Tom Bingham heard a whistling noise. The sound led them to a small hole in the ground where the wind was blowing out, therefore the name of the cave. Cave is best known for its intricate boxwork and popcorn formations. You have to take a tour to enter the cave. There are the Natural Entrance Tour, the Fairgrounds Tour, and the Garden of Eden Tour. Some tours are not available during the off-season. They range from the moderate 1/3 mile Garden of Eden Tour with 150 steps to the more strenuous Fairgrounds Tour of 2/3 of a mile and 450 steps. There were plenty of hiking trails above ground across the prairie and the grasslands. We spent a morning on the Cave Canyon Trail, which was a pretty flat trail with prairie dogs and bison. After a delicious lunch at the Purple Pie Place, where we had the best blueberry pie ever, we headed back for the cave tour. The boxwork was intricate, and the ranger did a good job explaining how they were formed. But the cave is just not as pretty as Carlsbad Caverns or as grand as Mammoth Cave. Badlands National Park, to the east of Rapid City, has a Badlands Formation. I have a full video on Badlands and the entire Badlands Loop Road. The links are in the description below, and check it out. While you're there, also check out the Minuteman Missile National Historic Site. It is a fascinating look at our defenses during the Cold War and the doomsday scenario planning. Jewel Cave National Monument was the other cave in the area. It was established in 1908 to protect the calcite crystals that sparkle like gems when illuminated. Initially, less than a mile of the underground passages were documented. Now, however, there are over 180 miles of passages mapped, the 3rd longest in the world. There are 3 tours to see the cave, with the scenic tour being the most popular. Advanced reservations are recommended because they frequently sell out. I like Jewel Cave better than Cave. It's just prettier to see, although the pictures don't do it justice. It's hard to get a good picture and follow the pace of the tour, plus they didn't allow tripods, which made it hard to get the low-light pictures. Like Cave, there was an above-ground section that was worth exploring. The 3.5 mile Canyons Trail Loop was an excellent trail with nice views of the Lithograph and Hell Canyons. Jewel Cave was certainly worth spending the morning for the cave tour and the hike. Custer State Park was the most fun place to visit in the Black Hills. The drives were scenic. The wildlife was some of the best anywhere. It was easy to tour and lots to see. We did all 3 scenic drives. The Needles Highway with its needle-like granite formations was really pretty and ends at the super picturesque Sylvan Lake. There was an excellent 1-mile trail that looped around the lake. The Iron Mountain Road connects Custer State Park with Mount Rushmore through some of the most beautiful scenery in the Black Hills. There were several tunnels, one of which framed the Mount Rushmore in the distance. Wildlife Loop Road was the highlight of the trip. We took the advice to drive the scenic road in late afternoon for the best chance for spotting wildlife, and we were not disappointed. Devil's Tower was made famous by the 1977 movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. As I drove toward it, I can't help but to stare at it. The butte rose 867 feet from its base that was 1,000 feet in diameter. The top was 1.5 acres and some 5,000 climbers came every year to climb her massive columns. Devil's Tower was also known as Bear Lodge by the American Indians. It was the first national monument established in 1906, which made Wyoming the home of both the first national park and the first national monument. The 1.3-mile tower trail looped around the base of the tower. It was relatively easy and flat, and a nice walk to take in the different perspectives of the tower. Mount Rushmore, with the faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln carved into the side of the mountain, is famous and iconic. The first head, that of George Washington, was dedicated in 1930. Jefferson head was dedicated in 1936, the Lincoln head in 1937, and the Roosevelt head in 1939. The facilities at Mount Rushmore were built to handle crowds. With 500,000 visitors annually, 2/3 of whom visited between June and August, this national memorial needed the excellent facility that it has. In addition to viewing the sculpture from the viewing platform and seeing the programs at the visitor center, there was a short 0.6-mile President's Trail that went to the sculptor's studio and to the base of Mount Rushmore for a different view. The trail was well worth it, even with the 422 steps on this trail. The first day we visited was so foggy that we could not see it at all. Okay, we're here at Mount Rushmore, as you can see in the background. There are the presidents, except you can't see them. We got lucky enough to come here on a totally foggy day, and what a great view of the fog. Guess we're gonna have to wait until the fog burns off. We went back 3 days later and had a much better view. Crazy Horse was a work in progress and will be that way for many years. When finished, it would be the largest sculpture in the world. There was a very nice museum that was fun to walk through and learn about the Lakota Indians. When fully finished, it will be magnificent to see. For now, only the face of Crazy Horse was fully finished. Spearfish Canyon Scenic Drive on the west side of Rapid City was a gorgeous drive through the canyon along Spearfish Creek. Bridal Falls and Rough Rock Falls were amazing. The town of Deadwood was worth a stop just for its streetscape. It was right out of a Western movie. Or is it the other way around? While you're there, check out the Deadwood model trains layout at the Northern Hills Railway Society. It was huge. There were many hikes and attractions we simply didn't have enough time to visit. There was just so much to do in the Black Hills area. 2 national parks, one of the largest state parks, a state natural area, a national memorial, 2 national monuments, a national historical site, an Indian memorial, and a quaint town made this an excellent visit. We are on our way to visit all the national parks in the United States. Follow along by hitting the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you know when a new video is released. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and please share it with everybody that you know.